What it means to truly be yourself. How do I know if I want to monetize my hobbies? If it leads to burnout? Do I want to build a community? Yes, but what should the message be? Mindset and writing. It should have to be much more than that. Do I want to be a motivational speaker? Yes, I do that for free. But I don't deserve other people's money for that because it's just words coming out of someone's mouth. I always wanted to spread awareness for mental health and advocate for people with mental disabilities. There has to be more to that. Writing is just a way to express myself. It's just so much easier on paper as opposed to like talk and speak it into words. It can't be replaced by money. They can't go together. Let's think of it this way. The best thing to not be myself is to do what I hate doing. Think of it this way. What do I hate doing? Quote unquote hate doing. Working out, we know, because it's hard. Many people want the instant gratification task. Burnout, which leads to burnout. Even though it should have been a lifestyle, so maybe I should monetize that. I wouldn't want to be known as a bad influencer. I want good attention. I want to help people. And maybe it's not about the money in the first place. It's about the connections and the freedom that come with it. And to build that, I don't want to preach to people that don't want to be preached to. So I'll just encourage people to write when they can't think straight. Writing was just so natural to me. When I could write down my thoughts down without being judged, and I couldn't stop writing. It's like all I've ever done, and truly appreciate it one time or another, because I don't suck at it, and I could express myself through the form of words. I could write without others judging me every day. Maybe the key to happiness isn't being perfect. It's not money. It's not money. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's the fact that I should be myself and inspire others to write a personal story about what happened to them. Maybe it's the fact I want to solve people's loneliness and make them feel like a community. The beauty of being myself, I guess, it means I stand out. It means I'm unique. Let's be real here. Success isn't just money. It's friends, connections, time, and freedom. It was never money to begin with. It was the mindset and the actions of what it was supposed to be. The only way to stand out is to be authentic. Then the anxiety naturally disappears. Then I have the experience that I've done to back it up. The power of a story goes far when you have the experience to talk about it and you know what you're saying. It's easier when you know what you're saying. Then the anxiety naturally disappears when you have the experience of it. Okay. Short story here, for instance, right? For me personally, I've come a long way ever since the start of my special needs journey. Like my channel, it's about mental health, self-improvement, and I don't really want to dig deep down into other areas I haven't truly experienced. The days I was acting like a 2-year-old, clueless, to now where I feel behind in life, to being more aware. Mindset shifts. It starts in the mind, in here, step by step by step. One day, I might actually be able to make meaningful connections. Personal story. Growing up, I was always book smart, course of knowledge with no action. And I realized, when you get older, you realize that it's not about being intelligent, it's about seizing the initiative. I wasn't aware, and I was never really street smart. I could have been killed by running on the street from 10 to 14 years old. I was clueless. People made fun of me. My thoughts made fun of me. Even I made fun of me. All my friends left me. It was a low. It was kind of depressing. Like last year, I wanted to mentally harm myself. I realize now, once I take up self-improvement, I really could never go back to that situation again. I just wanted a meaningful connection, but my speaking skills were -5 out of 10. It was in the negatives because I wasn't even trying. And like back then, 10th grade, 11th grade, I was really going in a downward spiral. That's phase 1, awareness, being aware of the things. Personal story. Like even then, I was on a hospital bed, about to like just waiting for it to happen, I guess. I mean, the sky just gave me another chance. And what I mean to say is that miracles do happen. How do you know you're not the chosen one if you don't try to make a comeback? Ideas, right? In your mind, ideas don't come out fully formed. They don't come out fully formed. Antidepressants, medicine, stuff like that, it's depressing once you take it for a long amount of time. They're just disguised as quote-unquote medicine, when in reality they're drugs. They're trying to sell you a sense of like false hope, you know? The idea of, and even then, different aspects, right? The idea of romance, no experience, can't speak on that. Lonely kid, no wonder I had depression, obsessing over girls, not knowing how the fuck to be alone, sick of myself, no wonder. Until, right? Someone believed in me, and ever since then, I hadn't regretted anything. I was metaphorically stripped during my knowledge, during COVID. Inhumane, maybe a bit exaggerations, probably. You get the point, right? No wonder I lost myself in this wave of confusion, not knowing what the hell I do, like, because of social media's negative influence over me. Like, this is my personal story, you know? And so I was in this wave of confusion. I was kind of lost, and I guess another thing I have to add in, music really did help. I was like part of a concert band, and music did help. It really made sense. Lyrics that I could just piece together like artwork, like writings in a book, poetry, all of that good stuff. So I was lost, and music helped me. A few good artists. And then I stumbled upon Rough Club, best $49 I've ever spent. Life just kind of made sense after I made that decision to like step out and reach out, make connections. I guess the mindless scrolling of the endless internet. Ideas that die before they even end up having a chance. Believing the lie that you have infinite time. Lies. Broken promises I fucking made to myself. Broken promises I made to myself day and day and day, repeating those broken promises. I just wanted to cry, beat myself up, but then right, the hope that Rough gave me. All it took was one community, one chance, and I thought it couldn't get any worse, so it was worth a try to join Rough Club. Team Rough, the free community, which then eventually led to me scaling up, doing Rough Club. Then the hope. All it took was one community, one chance. I thought it couldn't get any worse. I would never go back. I would never go back to pursue friends, girls, fake friends, fake girls. My mind hated me. No wonder I hated myself. But now I promised myself, I said it, my comeback isn't over yet. One day I'll be able to explore the outside world, the behavior, social media, really just things like that, right? And like teenagers, right? I'm just really trying to spread my message to like-minded individuals, like teenagers. And then like when it comes to storytelling, for instance, you just want to go on and on about a topic, but don't make it like a yapping session, you know? And then the more comfortable you get in front of the camera, the more you get to articulate your points from your mind to the audience. And right, like the other thing is, right, hate comments. People that hate on your videos, they're just insecure. They're just insecure. They just don't know stuff. They're insecure. They're trying to like bring other people down. So like my self-improvement journey, like this whole channel is like mental health. And like on my Instagram I work out, on my other channel I make music, but I guess it's just all over the place because that's the kind of person I am. Because that's me. That's my identity. That's myself. I'm trying to better it day by day by day. And I know it's quite repetitive. Take all the other videos I made. It is repetitive because it's making videos. It's trying to be more confident. It's practicing talking in front of a camera that you're actually comfortable with because you've done it plenty of times before. Unfiltered. We talking like unfiltered. I like to move around all the time. Like unfiltered, really just gotta beat down the anxiety. When you do it over and over again, it's like confidence that just Because the right people, right, the right people wouldn't judge you. The right people would encourage you to actually be better. And I know it's the same thing over and over again. To be able to be better at articulating the words, you have to actually experience them. Because you got to be able to experience the things you've experienced in order to be able to share those experiences and give out courses and guides, for instance. So for now, I'm just building the foundations of this stuff. Yeah. And like talking was natural, writing was natural. Society's influence really pressed me down at that point. And then it was like I couldn't really be myself because I was influenced by the internet. Because I was influenced by the internet. I mean, I'm not like this extreme person. By no chance am I this extreme person that preaches courses. I'm just an ambivert at the end of the day. Extroverted, introverted, best of both worlds, you know. Just trying to try out new things, you know, see what happens. And I guess the mindset you want to be open to is it doesn't matter like in which position of mental health you are in, and like just repeatedly telling yourself, I mean, for the people with ADHD and autism, you really gotta tell yourself you don't have that mental illness to really ingrain it. You really gotta reject that part of yourself, but then try to accept it at the same time. Like for me, for instance, I know at the end of the day I have ADHD autism, but I only be able to compare myself to others of the same leaderboard, people with similar mental health disorders, illnesses. Like, it's just a thing of the mind. It's a part of you, yeah, that's true, and you want to join people with the same community like that. Like, by no way is autism or ADHD easy to handle, but you want to be able to like join a community, articulate your voice, things like that. Like, tell yourself, a mental illness, it's not a physical illness, is it? It's not physical. You can't let that stop you from physically getting up and working all day and doing the things that have to be done, working out. Like I preach this because physical health goes hand in hand with mental health. It really does. Try it out for yourself. Life-changing. I post exercise videos on Instagram. Why can't you? And by no way am I saying I'm this perfect person, but you get the point. It takes time. Everything takes time. Success it's not overnight. I know you hear this day on, day off, day on, day off. It's repetitive. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that things are repetitive, and I could go on ranting about it for the next 20 or so minutes. None of you would be listening to me, and this is like me watching this back and realizing I can't ever be perfect, because in the mental health aspect, for instance, no one's perfect. Everyone has flaws. Like, everyone has flaws, physical, mental, imaginary, but everyone has flaws. We could try to hide them, or we could try to accept them. We could try to conquer them. We could try to suppress them, but it really just bottles up and springs out like an outburst all at once. So you want to be able to manage them properly. And like, mental health wise, you really gotta have a better mindset. It takes time, it takes practice talking to a camera. Gotta have that mindset of yours. Like, I can't preach self-improvement the way other YouTubers could. Like, me and Ruff won't ever be exactly the same, but it's a topic I'm invested in. The mental health aspect on self-improvement, like that, focus, like, in general, right? If I was talking about working out, I wouldn't be 100%, because I wouldn't know that thing, like, I wouldn't know those things like a professional athlete would. But when it comes to mental health, I'd had my depressing days, because with mental health, right, I've been through that, done that, and these, like, my brother, for instance, he works out. That's his part of his fiery personality. He never stops working out. That's a part of him. That's a part of the personality. That's a part of human psychology, for instance. Everyone is different. And I don't wanna tell you guys to like wait for the right time, but just know that there is a right time, and you have to work to get to that right time, to get to that right moment in time. I mean, other than that, I guess I just felt like yapping. But it makes me me. It's a part of my identity, and it's genuine to me, so I could say that for sure, you know. And like a part of me just going all over the place, that's a part of me. And then there's also like I could dive down on mental health as much as possible, mental health, psychology, and then vaguely getting into business, small entrepreneurship, even though that isn't my thing. Like, the only thing I could preach really is mental health, because that's the only thing I've kind of overcome in the past, because I was much worse, honestly, when I didn't meet Ralph, when I didn't start videos. It's impressive how simple things like this, how simply talking to a camera can compound all the way up to success, and valuing yourself higher as a human being, not allowing, for instance, allowing depression, but then learning to bounce back up from it, which I've kind of done, because otherwise I'd still be crying, reminiscing on the good old days, you know. Feelings, right? Emotions. The thing about emotions, they don't last forever. And I guess that's what makes me a psychology expert, even though it doesn't. Like, you can know these things, psychology, mental health, they go hand in hand. And I guess I preach this topic because I'm not perfect. I have ADHD, autism. People just they can't, some of them can tell, some of them can't tell. It's just a part of me. And I don't want to encourage everyone to use that as an excuse, especially if you don't have it. If you have it, you still have to get the work done. It's like that mental health doesn't allow you to be mentally ill. You still have to put in the hard work. Sure, you could take a break for like days, weeks, but you have to bounce back up. You have to deal with like the resilience on how to control, manage your emotions, and like not randomly going out for an outburst. Mental breakdowns, for instance, stuff like that. It's the same. It's the same exact thing that everyone else preaches. It is. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm just trying to live life alongside everyone else. It started someday. It just fell into place. I tried, and then I had a personal trainer that was accountable for me at the time, and ever since then I felt happier. And I was like, why didn't I start earlier? But like, you know, like this isn't even a 5-minute, 10-minute long video. This is like a 20-minute vlog. At this point, it's like me yapping half the time. But like, if I were to make all my experiences a video, it would probably be like 16, 17 years. And if there's anything I want myself to like take away when I'm like, you know, things like this happen. Confidence is not overnight. Like a topic, for instance, if I were to talk about engineering, I'd be frozen. See? Whereas if it's a topic I'm aware of, if it's a topic I'm genuinely invested in, like mental health, I could go on and on and on without stopping. It's the confidence level that you need to be able to preach to others, to be able to understand, to be able to experience. Because like depression, I've lost a few friends. It wasn't that sad. I got over it after like a week. Things happen. Life happens. Things happen. It's like a videotape of like experiences you could go back in time and see, you know. Topic really is just mental health. Yeah. And I guess to make this like more entertaining, I could tell jokes, but that also wouldn't be me because I know most about like mental health. You know, I know that stuff. I genuinely invest myself in the personal development. Like I know this.
You can't believe how